How do you practice your speaking at home? Hello, welcome back. We need to know this, right? A lot of people have been asking me about the shadowing technique, which is a speaking technique for people learning another language. So for you, learning English, it could be good for you. But today, I really wanted to talk to you about my opinion regarding the difference between repetition and shadowing, because they are different techniques, different things you can do. I normally recommend repetition to you guys. You probably have heard me say that in another video somewhere, that I say, you know, when you're watching me or you're watching anybody talking English, anything, pause, repeat, you know, like do this. You have to repeat, you have to get your words out. And I do think this is the best way, because in my opinion it gives you time to listen, absorb, and then repeat. So it's not like you're just doing it automatically. It's more like you hear it. So for instance, supposedly you were gonna do this right now. I'll say a sentence, okay? I'm so happy to have you back. Simple sentence. I'm so happy to have you back. Pause, and you're like, okay, I'm so happy to have you back. So you have time to hear it and to process and then repeat. I think this is the best way. It's pretty much a lot of how I learned to speak English. It's pretty much how I learned to speak English. People were talking and I would repeat, and sometimes, obviously, I didn't want to repeat in front of them because weird, so I would go over it in my head, like I'm repeating it in my head. I still do this. I think this is a great technique. Shadowing, it's different. I don't know if you know what a shadow is. A shadow is supposedly you are, I'm gonna see if I can show you something. Tell me if you can see that. Can you see that? That reflection? That's like a shadow. So you can see two of the same thing, right? So that's kind of what I mean. That's a shadow. So if a shadow is that, a shadowing technique means that you hear somebody talking and you say it almost at the same time. So you're not thinking about the sentence, you're not trying to understand it, you're just saying it super fast. So if you were to do shadowing with that sentence, I forgot what sentence I said. Let's just say a new sentence. If you were going to do shadowing for this sentence here, I'll always have your back. And I would say I'll always have your back. You would, when I am saying always, I'll always, you are already saying I'll, you know, you're not waiting. So it's like almost at the same time. So a lot of it gets a bit confused and mixed up in the middle, which is why I don't like it so much. The good thing about shadowing is that it helps you kind of exercise the muscles you need in order to speak better English. So it's very good for that, because fluency and speaking is obviously very much connected to being able to physically speak. Sometimes a lot of you say, oh, Patricia, I can't actually speak, you know, it's like my jaw hurts. It's weird. Yeah, because you have to practice, you have to exercise the right muscles. So shadowing is very good for that, because you're not thinking, you're not worried about what you're saying, you're really just speaking as fast as you can together with whatever you're listening to. So I think both techniques are very good. I think they serve different purposes. I think you can do both if you like. I personally don't like shadowing. I wouldn't like to do it. I think it's a bit, I don't know, I think it's a bit fast, like too fast, you know. I think you can still get the benefits of working on the muscles simply by repeating. If I could give you one advice for practicing your English, I would say, listen to English every single day. Watch stuff with English audio and English subtitles, because then you see the word, your brain starts to make a connection with sound and word, and you start to understand how everything works together as a language. And make sure that you pause, that you repeat. It's so important that you put this active input in your studies as opposed to just listening. You know, if you don't have anybody to practice with, which is, you know, a lot of you guys' situation, you have got to be doing this alone, right? That, you know, you can do this alone. I hope this video has been useful to you. Whatever you decide to do, if it's shadowing or just, you know, good old repetition, whatever you decide to do will be beneficial to you. You don't need somebody telling you what to do all the time. You really can and should trust your instincts. Nobody has the answer. Only you really know what works for you. The only thing I would say is don't fool yourself. Don't be like, yeah, I'll learn English listening to English once a week. You are fooling yourself, really. So don't fool yourself. Whatever you decide to do it because you believe in it, all right? Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a comment, subscribe for more, like the video, share with your friends, and I'll see you next time, shadowing or repeating, whatever you prefer. Bye.